Welcome back to episode 7 of the Player's Perspective podcast. And we want to start off with some awful news on the injury front. Cam Fowler, who got hit in the face on Monday with the puck after deflecting a shot off of Craig Smith's stick. He had a CAT scan today and revealed that he has a right facial fracture involving the orbital bone, cheekbone, and upper jawbone. And he is going to have surgery on Friday. So, boys, what do we
that's the IR's music.
What do we think about that?
Well, that's terrible because one, we just got a guy back in Kasha, and now we have two guys gone in Eves and Fowler. So the Ducks just can't catch a break right now, especially because they had played so well in that national game, and Fowler was such an integral part about that too. So now we're just back to where we were a few games ago, where just like another key player is out. So it's hard.
Yeah, definitely a big blow to the blue line for the Ducks, especially because like Fowler is just such an integral part of the team. Like Brett said, he's just a really great asset on the power play, and he's a really good skater, probably one of the best skaters on the blue line for the Ducks. And he just eats up a ton of minutes. So without him, like that's just such a huge void, and we saw it tonight definitely against Vegas. So I mean, I really don't know what the Ducks are gonna do because there's not any defenseman down in San Diego that can really like fill that void.
We signed him for a reason. Call him up.
He's like a bottom six pairing at the best.
He's better than Walensky right now. Let me tell you that.
Walensky and Pedersen have definitely been pretty shoddy as of late. Even Larson too, but they're all still pretty young. So.
Yep, it definitely showed on the power play tonight. The Ducks went 0 for 4. And,
yeah, they didn't score a goal, so.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't score a goal, period.
They definitely had lots of chances on the power play. And, oh my.
They gave Fleury another shutout. Seems that Fleury always gets shutouts against the Ducks.
Yeah, that was a rough game to watch. After the second period, I wasn't very interested.
They were fine. First period, they started off just fine. Like Vegas gets the power play goal at the end of the game by like the end of the period. I was like, that's fine. Played a good period. Like they're really keeping Vegas' chance to the outside in the slot, but then second period rolls around, it's just a completely different story. Like, Vegas just took control. That second line they have of Pacioretty, Eakins, and Tuck just absolutely destroyed the Anaheim Ducks this game.
Yeah, I throwing out the unpopular opinion here, but I didn't think the Ducks actually played that bad.
Yep.
Obviously, they lost 5-0, but I don't think they played that bad.
Like, Getzlaff played well, Montour played well, Kasha played well. I mean, those are like key players. Rico had the one, Henrique had the one chance where he unfortunately scored for Vegas, but I think he played a decent enough game. Silverberg played well. It literally just came down to the shorthanded goal, the unfortunate bounce off Rico's stick, and then the power play, Vegas power play.
Yep, especially considering they outshot Vegas and got to almost 30 shots, got 29 shots. Shots were 29-5. So it's not like,
And
the
now
Ducks were on
going
their
for
7th game. Yeah,
those are going for stretches where the Ducks wouldn't get shots for like 10 minutes straight.
Ducks, when they were on their 7-game losing streak, they weren't even getting like 20 shots. They were giving up 35 shots, but it seems
Yeah.
the past 5 games maybe their problem is now is not even the fact that they're not playing defense well. It's more of they can't even score goals.
Yeah. They need some scores back in the line. They need Comtois back. They really need Comtois back at this point. I mean, I know they want to keep it safe with him during his rehab stint with the goals, but honestly, they need to call him up. Hopefully for the next game, because maybe he'll provide a spark.
How
Well,
many
the thing is,
games have they
the
played?
thing is that the Ducks, their team is good enough where they shouldn't need, like, they should be able to score goals.
Yeah, they shouldn't be
Also,
struggling.
I just realized Lundstrom didn't play tonight.
He's sent
he's
down
in San
to San
Diego.
Diego.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Come on, man.
I forgot about it. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you look at the goals tonight, I think there was a lot of momentum shifts, especially in the beginning of the game when, the Ducks got a penalty, and Vegas got a penalty, then the Ducks take a penalty, then, they were kind of flip-flopping back and forth with the penalties. Especially, I know Derek brought up in the very beginning of the game, they had a great first shift, had a great first couple minutes, and then Nosek almost gets a break, and Walensky ends up taking that penalty, and I think that kind of ruined some of the momentum they had off of their great start for this game.
Also, Vegas' fourth line is just absolutely unreal. They were able to control the game whenever they were on the ice, even if they were appearing against a top line, because Reeves was just giving it to Raquel at one point, and also their fourth line of Carrier, Delmer,
Carpenter and Reeves.
Okay.
Carpenter didn't play, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Did Delmer not play today?
Did who?
Well, anyway, that the fourth line was just absolutely just tearing it up tonight. Controlled the puck whenever they had it, working the cycle. They had a few chances. It's so funny because Reeves is on their second power play unit, and he literally does what none of the Ducks will do, is just stand in front of the net.
Yep, that's another reason why the Ducks are struggling to get goals. I don't know if they're scared or what's going on, but they don't have a guy that's standing constantly in front of the net. Obviously, you're missing that with Corey Perry.
Not.
Yeah, Richie, since he's in the lineup, and then obviously Corey Perry's missing him a lot for that. And then other than that, there's not really anybody who stands in the front of the net like that.
Yeah, you have Henrique, who's the height tip. That's a completely different beast than standing in front of the net. Because the high tip play only works when you have a guy in front of the net.
Yep, you gotta have somebody screen the goalie so the goalie doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. But Fleury played lights out. The Ducks should have had 2 goals, especially in that third period power play. But Fleury played lights out tonight against them.
Yeah.
He always does good against the Ducks for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. The Ducks definitely should have, scored goals, but, you got to give credit to Fleury. He played amazing.
Yeah, 29 save shutout. Gibson's still at 99 wins in his career. That number 100 is getting elusive now.
Yeah, the goals tonight Vegas scored too were just, first goal.
It was just
Lindholm,
chaos in front of the net. It was it was.
Lindholm didn't tie up a guy.
Yeah.
The second goal was really bad.
Second goal, Manson, pinched, which is kind of shocking to see. You're the best 2 defensemen on the team were, the cause of the first 2 goals of the game. Third goal, that was the one that bounced off the end board and just came right in front of the net. That was would say that was kind of lucky, and it hit off Henrique's stick
Yeah.
too. So I would say that was kind of lucky.
Mhm.
But no,
Yeah.
you know what all these goals come from is, except for Eakin's breakaway one, is chaos in front of the net. That's literally how Kika got his goal. That's how Tuck got his goal, and that's how Holden got his goal. Is that there are so many bodies in front of the net that there's just chaos there, and it's hard to spot the puck.
Yeah, like the first goal, Tuck's goal, like I don't know what happened there. Lindholm just lost his guy. And then
And
the fourth goal, the fourth goal too, sucked to see Lindholm break his stick on that shot. But then
Yeah,
I thought
that
it was
was-
kind
that
of
was-
dumb that instead of going back, he went to the bench.
he should have stayed in the play. Like, if you don't have a stick, you have a lot of bad
Yeah,
shots
it's
coming.
better
And even
to
just a
stay in the
simple,
play
like-
without a stick than to not have anybody and give up a breakaway.
Like, even like just being there can cause a distraction. Like, if you like step up and give a little push, you can allow the back checkers to come in, because Cobbs was back checking hard there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just like a mental lapse or something. You expect Lindholm to be a little smarter than that.
Yeah.
Especially
And-
because the power play has like really gassed right there, so they didn't have a ton of energy left.
Yep, that too. That also came into play. And then the fifth goal, was just in front of the net, losing a guy. And somebody just coming in, tapping a rebound home easily. Nobody on him. Gibbons was split second late getting to him.
The Ducks also weren't that disciplined tonight. They took a lot of penalties.
Yeah, they did. They took I think 6 penalties. Yep, they took 6 penalties.
How many did they take last night, or the night against Nashville?
Nashville like 9 or 8.
I think it was
I think it
7 or
was
8.
7. I think it was
They
7.
killed all of them though.
And that's in
7.
2 games. They've
It
now
was
killed
7.
14 penalties. They've been shorthanded 14 times in 2 games. That's ridiculous.
Also, I also play that a factor that plays into it where Nashville and Vegas are very fast. So
Yeah,
that's also it.
a lot of holding, penalties, hooking, slashing.
Yeah, like lazy. There's not really undisciplined
Tripping.
penalties, but lazy penalties.
Yeah.
But
Poor Gibby tonight.
Yeah.
Mercy pool. Carlisle saw it early that the team just didn't have it. Didn't want to leave Gibson in there to dry.
yeah,
Or-
you would think that was gonna spark them, but did not do
It
anything.
really didn't, considering they scored Vegas scored in their very next shot.
Yeah, the second period was they gave up 3 goals on 4 shots. Like, come on.
Yes, 3 goals and 4 shots.
I mean, you can't blame the goal. Just the goals today were just defensive lapses. You can't be having, everybody has, mistakes, right? But can't be just having mistakes like
Piling
that.
them on.
Especially a team like Vegas, they capitalize on their opportunities.
Yeah, and Vegas has been surging recently. I mean, I know they lost to Boston the other day, but they've been playing some good hockey lately. They're trying to like resurge themselves, and this could be like the point in the season that they look back at and say, yeah, this was the game that sparked our revival. To say the Ducks still hold a 2-point lead on them, but Vegas right now is way more positives coming out of this tonight than the Ducks do, and the Ducks end up playing Toronto in their next game, which is not an easy task at all.
Yeah, that's
Toronto
gonna
and
be-
Winnipeg coming up.
Yep, those are definitely
That's a-
some tests. I definitely thought the Ducks were gonna, have some momentum after beating the best team in the league, and have a good game today, and have some tests against Toronto and Winnipeg. It'd be good for them, but the thing with the Ducks is just and Colorado too. It's just the thing with the Ducks is just not even anymore about like, oh, they're not good at defense. Or it's like they're just inconsistent.
They just can't score.
They're just inconsistent.
They just can't score right now.
They have games where they'll play like really good, like Nashville. Had a really solid, good game. Everybody played well, but then you have a game like this tonight where you just get
Minnesota
wrecked. Yeah, or Minnesota where they lost 5-1. They did that one. They just got. They looked to me. They looked way worse in that game than they did tonight.
Brady, you and me were at that game, and we actually got up and left after they scored their 5th goal. Like it was just that bad to watch.
Yeah.
It honestly, at that point, we were just looking to see what the Zucker line was going to do next.
Yeah, what is that? The Ducks' last 3 games, they scored 3 goals?
Yes. No, they scored technically, because you get Townsend's 2 in a shootout, but
yeah, no, they scored.
Yeah, they scored 3 goals in 3 games.
Yeah, like you can't expect to win games scoring 1 goal. Which is what we talked about before the game started. We thought Ducks were going to score 5. Or at least me and Derek thought the Ducks were going to score 5. Just because...
that's not what I envisioned.
Ducks haven't scored 5 since their first game against San Jose. And 2 weeks later, they scored 4. And those are the only 2 times that they've scored 4 and 5 goals, so... That means every other game they've scored 3 or less, which is pretty rough.
Yeah. But when the Ducks only give up less than 2 goals, they're what are they? They're 8-0-2. Was that you said? You found that stat earlier?
Yeah, but that comes into Gibby's got to stand on his head basically.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where Gibby does stand on his head, and Gibby plays good enough to win. They play, and they lose because they'll lose 2-1.
They go to a shootout.
They'll lose 1. They'll lose because they can't score, which is very annoying to see. Because for the last about 3 years, who plays like that is the Los Angeles Kings. Always having trouble scoring goals, and Quick would bail them out. And at least the Kings would be able to win 1-0 or 2-1, but in the past years, but it's not happening this year. It's not happening this year.
I also just feel like there just was a lack of intensity after the first period for the Ducks.
What was the score? The score is what? 2-0? 1-0? It was only 1-0.
It was 1-0 after 1 period, and then literally 30 seconds into the second period, it was 2-0.
I thought the lack of intensity was in the third. I thought the third was just they just gave up already.
I think after Gibson got pulled, it was kind of lost their edge.
Yeah, there was only 1-0. They were playing. That's all right. It's only 1-0. Second period came. They scored those 3 goals on 4 shots, and it was just kind of like, like we really just did that, and probably like you said, just kills their momentum. And they just couldn't come back from that.
So you want to hear a crazy, not gonna happen, can't happen prediction?
Not really.
Okay, too bad. Ducks trade for William Nylander, and he comes back and scores a hat-trick against Toronto.
Well, I don't know who William Nylander is, but I know who William Nylander is.
Oh my god. I'm gonna punch you.
Hey, you could say it both ways.
But
I'm American.
Depending on where you're from, you could say it both ways. If they did
trade for him, they just wouldn't have the cap to sign him, obviously. Unless they traded Perry or somebody.
To get rid of? Okay.
They would have to get rid of. Well, Silverberg doesn't matter because he's a free agent after, so he's kind of dead money in a way. but they'd
Let's
probably have to
say-
get rid of one of the defensemen
much does he
at least,
want?
obviously. He wants
He
like
wants
6 or
7
7 million. And the Ducks only have about 5 in cap space, if I remember correctly.
Okay, cool. 6.
So-
Trade Richie, and there's your 6 million.
Richie's making like 1. That's
Making
like, that would
1.4.
barely fit them.
He
un-
makes
that would barely fit them under
1.6
the
this
cap.
year. He makes 1.6 this year.
The Ducks would just barely be under the cap, and you know the Samuelis don't want that.
That's also true.
I mean, I feel like they need to. Step it up and not care about that because you need to win. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, we're this caught me really off guard. We're playing against the Anaheim Ducks in Hut, and they actually have Perry Cogliano and
Whoa.
who is
And
that?
to pray.
Simone Dupre of all people.
So that's kind of weird.
So that caught me off guard. Okay. Anyway, continue on with the cap talk.
But yeah, I think realistically,
Who
Nylander's
would they
going to
need
be
to get
traded
rid
to
of?
Carolina, if any team.
For who though?
And it would probably be Brett Pesce. Well, I think it was Pierre LeBrun mentioned in his notebook on The Athletic, it'd be Brett Pesce and Michael Furland.
But do you really want to take out that chemistry that line has of Aho, Furland, and
Yeah, I don't feel like they trade him now, especially since
Furland,
that's
I'm
their
pretty sure
successful
is
line,
I'm pretty sure
and they're
Furland's
pretty good.
leading goal scorer right now for Carolina.
What if the
The thing
Ducks would
is,
give
though-
up like Montour, Richie, and like a young guy?
Well, which young guy?
I don't
Because
know.
they have a lot of young guys.
The right young
Jones,
guy.
I guess.
Jones,
Or
I
another
know.
defenseman?
I think
Deal,
Jones needs to prove that he
Terry.
can play a full season without getting injured first. He's gotten hurt like each of the last 3 seasons.
No, not Steele, Comtois, or Lundstrom. Not
Yeah.
That's why I said Terry.
or another defenseman.
Mahura.
Maybe, yeah. Because what are they? Yeah, because for Toronto, I feel like they don't need a forward; they need defense.
Yeah,
They need to score all the
defense more
goals.
than anything.
I think Toronto
Where
won.
was it? It was
Toronto
Angel
won
discussion,
in
right? They
NHL.
said they want a
Yeah,
top
want a
6
top-
and a
they want a top 9,
top
Yeah.
4, top 9 and top 4.
Yeah, I think Toronto wants more NHL ready defensemen than like defensive
I mean-
prospects because they have a couple of those.
Cool. You can take
Montour
Pettersson and
technically
Werenski.
could be a top 4 on somebody else's team.
He's a
Yeah,
top 4 on
but-
this team.
Actually, you're right.
He's number 4.
And then top 9 would be, Richie, if he
Richie,
actually
Sylph.
performs how he should perform. Maybe he needs. I don't know.
Hey, a change of scenery? He needs to go back home to Canada? I agree with you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And then just to throw in a little more, I honestly, I don't know.
Realistically, I don't think the Ducks can offer what Toronto wants.
Yeah. Also, trade news today in the NHL. Tanner Pearson for Carl Hagelin straight up.
It's a good
Terrible.
deal for both teams.
Nah, they both
Change
suck.
the scenery. Yeah,
They're
change the
both
scenery.
terrible.
So it's a good deal.
1 for 1. Every Edmonton fan shudders.
Hagelin, came as a
Former
result of
Duck.
Ducks.
Duck.
Can't play in the West. Pearson which is
It's just
terrible for
falling
him.
off.
Ever since he broke his leg, not good anymore. Which
Yeah,
is
he's
bad
just
for
falling
him.
off.
He was having, what was that, 2 years ago? He was
Yeah.
actually having really good
He was
start.
like a 20-goal
broke
scorer.
his leg. Yeah,
Yeah.
broke his leg. That was just, that sucks for him.
Yeah. Brooklyn leagues are terrible. I would know.
And then, And then ever since then he was expected to be like one of the Kings' better forwards, and obviously not.
Him and Toffoli were supposed to make the jump.
And now they're both
Yeah,
struggling.
Pearson,
Toffoli isn't
he's
as
just
good as he
not
used to be.
good since he broke his leg. Toffoli can't do anything unless he's playing like with Kopitar. I feel
Yeah.
like. What?
That's a Corey Perry shot right there.
That wasn't even a Corey Perry shot. That was just
No, most
an EA shot.
most of that Kings team can't do anything
injured.
unless they're playing with Kopitar. For being honest
Yeah,
here.
that's why they're bad. Yeah, and then also they got Hagelin because they're like, oh, this will make us faster. Yeah, sure.
No.
Yo, adding
Yeah.
one player will make you faster. It'll make your
Just because
penalty
he's
kills-
fast doesn't mean he's good.
It'll make your
That's
second
exactly
penalty
what
kill
they're
even
thinking.
faster.
Oh, let's get a guy that's fast. Okay. No. Yeah, and then where's Mr. Almost Won the Hart Trophy now, huh? Where's he at? Doing nothing. That's right. Nothing.
Nothing. Not
He's
a
so
thing.
good. He's an elite centerman. What is
He's
he
leading
doing
the league
now?
in penalty kill
Nothing.
lifetime per game.
Yeah, Kopitar, you're
That was
doing
an actual.
nothing now.
That was an actual stat they used in order to try to convince people for him to win the Hart. Because he actually was on
That
the
whole
penalty
team
kill.
was just bad. At least the Ducks have like some excuses. Which, like I said, I don't like to use the whole injury thing.
But
And at least the Ducks have like a bunch of rookies in their lineup. Kings have a regular lineup and they're just bad.
Yep.
Mario and Alex, I follow.
And they're trying to doubt themselves that they're not in a rebuild when they should probably be.
Yeah. No, they. I feel like the Kings need to sell and try to get that rebuild started quick.
They have like no prospects, like no super good prospects. Besides
They haven't
Vardy,
had a prospect.
Anderson.
Their
Dolan
last prospect to reach the NHL was Adrian.
was
Kempe.
Adrian Kempe. That was like
And
3
he's
years
terrible
ago now.
too. He scored his first goal in like 40 games. Why do I know that? Because Patrick O'Neill said it last night in the game.
And he's your second line.
like-
And he's basically your future second line center. As of right now, in 4 years, he's the first
he's
line
supposed
center.
to be. He's supposed to be the next Kopitar.
Well, that's where you're wrong because
According to Billy Ray Lopez from
Ooh,
however
I
many years
remember
ago,
those
he told me that.
conversations. That was like 5 years ago now, I want to say.
Yeah, it was when we were in high school.
When he was
Back when we
back
were
with
in
the
high school.
Ontario Reign.
Which, I mean, I definitely saw that in him.
Just
But
hasn't panned
He's
out.
just not. Yeah.
That's what happens with
Because
a lot of guys that just don't pan out.
the Kings just don't know what they're doing. That's why. They like
it's either you're NHL ready or you're a bust. There's no in between with that organization.
I always hear like them talking about the Kings prospects, and it's just like, dude,
is
who
this man?
are these guys? These are a bunch of nobodies.
They have like
The
2 or 3
Ducks
like, good
prospects, you name them, you're like, oh, this guy was like really good when they were in junior.
Yeah,
Oh, this guy's
yep.
really good. Everyone that you name on the Kings, they're freaking nobodies. Sam Steele, guy that was a freaking top guy when he was in junior.
100 points with Regina.
Comtois, just all these guys, and Kings just have terrible players, and they try to act like people should know them.
What's the one guy's name that has 3 names? Anderson Dolan.
Jared
or
Anderson.
whatever.
Dolan.
He played like
Yeah,
2
you're
games
talking about
with
that
them,
guy.
and like they didn't even get they put him on the roster, and then they didn't even give him a chance to like play. Kind of
Yeah,
ridiculous.
because he actually looked pretty good in that preseason game I watched. He's a big
Just a
power forward guy.
just terrible.
But yeah, Gabe
Terrible.
Velarde's like the big like prospect, and that guy can't even stay healthy. So
This just turned into a Kings podcast.
all the
This is
Kings
turned to the
win.
road. This is
Our
turned.
team, our team
has turned
isn't doing well, so it has turned to talking about an even worse team.
Welcome to the Knights. Welcome to the Knights of the Round Table podcast. Just kidding.
But yeah, Ducks definitely need
Back to the Ducks.
to get it together. Especially, well, especially since they're going to be playing a couple of good teams coming up.
What the?
Okay, Cogliano can't do that. To break kayfabe, Cogliano legit can't do that. Okay, go on.
But yeah, they're playing, was it Toronto, Colorado,
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, and then they
Just
play
some-
Edmonton
just
next
some
week on
tough
Black
teams.
Friday. Like even
Some
Edmonton, they're
tough
not
teams.
super great, but it's like one of those teams that they can just have like one of those.
They has a
games.
McDavid.
So, yeah, exactly.
They have a very good man.
And these
They
are
have
all
arguably-
at home, right? If I'm correct.
Yes, every game's at
These are
home.
all home games.
Wait,
And
they don't
then
play
there's-
Winnipeg? Who said that?
Oh, I thought
You
they
did.
said Winnipeg.
Oh, it's Vancouver.
One of you guys said that.
No, I
Oh.
just kept saying it because somebody else said it.
Oh, I kept saying Winnipeg.
See, this
Oh,
is
I
how
thought
you
it was
like the
Winnipeg.
Golden Knights and the Hurricanes and the Ducks. You don't even know who your favorite team's playing anymore.
Oh, and the Flyers.
You're
and
just
the Coyotes.
confused. My goodness, why is this guy on the Ducks podcast? Who is this guy?
I'm a former player. That's why.
He's probably looking at the Vegas schedule probably.
I'm not even looking at a schedule. I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying
like
things that come to my mind.
The Ducks are just, they're playing, big blocks.
Inner mechanisms of
Ducks
my
are
mind
playing a
are
bunch
an
of good
enigma.
teams, and they're all at home. And Eric Stevens actually mentioned in one of his articles from The Athletic that the Ducks have only won about 40% of their games at Honda Center this year. So yeah, that definitely needs to get better.
Remember when the
That's-
Ducks were just unbeatable at home?
That's honestly
Remember those
awful.
days?
Can't be
Remember
trying to
those
make
days?
the playoffs. Can't be trying to make the playoffs and only winning 40% of your games at home. Like that's terrible. So yeah, that definitely
I
needs to
remember
change.
back in 2015, 2016, and 2016, 2017. Every game that I went to, it seemed like the Ducks won. They were
And they
so
scored like
good at
4
home.
goals. We got so much Chick-fil-A that
They
year,
were
Brady.
so good.
Brady, we got so much Chick-fil-A that year.
Chick.
Speaking
Yeah,
of Chick-fil-A, I really want some. Oh, goddamn.
Speaking of Chick-fil-A, we should go get some because the Vegas Golden Knights scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
I thought it was every time they get a shutout. Oh no, that's the Krispy Kreme one.
And they still got a
joking.
shutout, so...
Yeah. But yeah, Ducks just
Oh
need
yeah,
to
they tweeted
get
like with a
together.
bunch of donuts.
They need to get it together, man. I don't know what's going on. But
What do you think? What do you think will get them together? A big trade, a firing, just
probably
Someone
Honestly,
getting
just
both
freaking
trash.
play how you're supposed to play. I mean, I guess. Like I said, I just keep saying like, you know what? If they're gonna fire him, go ahead. Like,
just do it now. Just like do it before.
I'm not
it gets out
I'm
of
not
hand.
opposed to it anymore. Like, I don't care if they keep him. I don't care if they don't keep him. Like,
do you think he gets
oh,
fired
yeah, what's it called?
tomorrow?
What was I gonna say?
It'll happen after
Blackhawks.
Thanksgiving.
Blackhawks. You wanna have an example? The Blackhawks fired one of the
Joel
best
Quenneville.
coaches ever, Joel Quenneville, and they didn't
They
win a
just got
game
their
for
first
the next
win
3
tonight.
games, and they just got their first win tonight, and it was only 1-0.
It was a shutout.
So,
Corey Crawford's first
that's a
shutout
perfect
in
example.
over a year.
Perfect example of like, oh, let's get rid of the coach. Yeah, like, let's see what that does. Nothing. Does nothing. It's all on the players.
Maybe just juggle up the lines for a game. Like, what else can you lose?
Does that every
They've
game.
been doing that though, yeah. Every time they play like crap, Carlisle will always put the the lines in a blender, as people used to say when Boudreaux was coaching the team. The Boost Boudreaux blender. Just put the lines in a blender.
You mean when the Ducks were good? Oh yeah, okay. The Ducks were good.
Yeah, but Carlisle's like line combinations just sometimes don't make any logical sense.
He's literally just putting people together.
Let's
he
put
has
Ben Street with Getzloff and
thought
Silverberg
process.
and see what happens.
No thought process when he puts the lines together. He's just putting like crap together.
I want to see Kiefer Sherwood play with Ryan Getzloff for at least a period. Just give me a period.
Well, you're gonna have to find a girl for that.
What?
Never mind. Brady got the joke.
I did.
But yeah, Ducks. I don't know. Something's gotta kick him in the butt or something, cause they just looked absolutely like awful in those 2 losses.
Well, the thing is, they haven't kicked in the butt. They have been kicked in the butt multiple times.
I feel like we do this every podcast, but let's throw out some lines, some realistic lines, not
Alright,
just
Brett,
some
you start
BS
since
lines.
you're the hot take master.
Okay,
Is this including Eves and Comtois, or just whoever's?
I mean, I
healthy
guess
right now?
not. Okay. Let's go right now, and let's go a healthy
With tonight's roster.
Obviously,
with tonight's roster.
and then
Okay,
yeah,
I want Sherwood, Getzloff,
and then
Raquel.
do the one with Eves. Okay.
I want Sherwood, Getzloff, Raquel, and then I want Kasha, Rico, Silversberg, and then I want Cogs, Kessler.
They're both right wings.
I don't give a fuck at this point. You said you wanted
They're
lines.
not gonna do that.
Kiefer Sherwood has
Yeah,
played
and I also
17.
said realistic lines.
These are realistic. We have Randy Carlisle as a coach.
No.
So let me finish.
You can't just be throwing
This is why you're the
guys
hot
that
take
play
master.
the same side.
Yes, you can. You can have guys
No.
play the same side.
No.
If you're in the NHL and you can't play your off wing, are you really in the NHL?
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, they don't have to play on. They're
Yes, but sometimes they need to.
Well, in this
all right.
situation,
Tell me the
they
last time
probably
somebody on the Ducks played their wing that was not on their regular side.
Kiefer Sherwood.
Silverberg.
When was he left wing?
Literally like the first 3 games of the season.
With who?
When he was playing the third line.
Nah. With who?
I don't fucking remember. It was that long ago. All I know is that he was playing
Yeah,
left
see,
wing. I
you know,
specifically
nah,
remember
get outta
Hayward
here. You're
saying,
just
what was the last
making
time he
up.
played left wing? And
Nah.
Silverberg's probably the last winger that played on his off wing regularly for the Ducks.
When? This season?
Yeah.
With who?
With Cogliano. Ooh. With Cogliano and Henrique, I'm pretty sure.
Derek, thank
They
you for
switched.
making my point.
With Cogliano. Cogliano is.
Yeah, but they swapped their wings. They were playing like their opposite wings for a little bit.
Oh. Okay, well, that's different than having 2 guys that are right-handed on both things. They just swapped.
Silverberg and Aberg? Was that a thing?
I completely forgot about Pontus.
Raquel plays on the left wing. Like he's been playing on the left wing for a good chunk of his career now, and he's right-handed.
Everyone Raquel.
Yeah, but he plays left wing, and or center.
Oh, Lundestrom did.
Talking
play
about
right wing
guys like
for a little bit.
like Kasha. Like Kasha is right wing.
I think
Silverberg
Eves
is
and
a right wing.
Eves and Kasha played on the same line for a game or 2, and they're both right-handed.
Derek is once again furthering my own point.
Yeah, but
Nah, I'm still
I'm
not
not
believing
backing up your point though. I'm just laying out the facts. All right, are we gonna keep this going or?
Yeah, one more game. Why not?
No, I meant the lineups, the line combinations.
Well, y'all rudely shut me down. So.
All right,
Yeah,
Brady,
because
go for it.
that was not realistic.
You wanted
Go
hot
for it,
takes. I
Brady.
give you hot takes.
Hey, I didn't say I wanted hot takes. I said I was gonna give some hot takes. All right, let's see. I know there was something I saw earlier in it, but I forgot what it was.
Nothing. You got nothing. Therefore, I win.
Well, I'll offer
No,
up
I'm
my
thinking.
lines. If you're thinking, I'll offer up my lines.
Okay, good.
So, let's see. Just based off tonight's roster, I think for let's see. You can hear me, right? I think my thing cut out.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, yep. But based off tonight's roster, let's see. I think for the defensive pairings, I mean it does look a little rough. I'd probably put
Oh, I was
Lindholm.
mostly just talking about forwards.
Oh, for
But
forwards,
I guess
okay.
you could do defense if you want.
Yeah, for defense, I'd probably put Lindholm and Walensky together, just because I feel like Walensky is probably the weakest out of the bunch. And then Pedersen and Montour together, because they've done that in the past. They played together in San Diego a lot. And then at least Larson and Manson. So, I mean, as long as Manson's not pinching up all the time, like he was tonight and getting caught out, I think that one's fine. And then for forwards, I'd probably keep Raquel Getzhoff and Aberg together because they've looked pretty good. Let's see. Oh, man. I'd probably want to keep Caggiano, Kessler, and Silverberg together just because that's like the shutdown line. But then for the bottom six...
Actually, you can't really change anything.
Well, the bottom
It's hard
six
to
can get
change.
changed a little bit.
All right, go third, or bottom six, whatever. Next one.
Bottom six, I don't know.
Enrique Kasha and somebody else.
I don't know, like, because I like the way that Street plays, and I like the way that Gibbons plays, but one of them has to come out. And, like,
Wait,
I
who?
really...
Gibbons and who?
Gibbons and Ben Street, like, they're just
Yeah,
super similar in, like, the way they play, that I really don't know who to, like, I mean, if it was up to
I
me,
feel like Street has more skill.
I'd probably put, because it's just like weird the way Carlisle utilizes his lines. Because like tonight, Callie Kausala got a ton of penalty killing time, along with Kiefer Sherwood. So it's like you have to think about who
Because
they're going to
they're
utilize
workhorses. They're
in those roles
workhorses.
too. So I don't know.
Kosla legit saved 2 goals on one shift.
Yeah, Kosla had a really good game.
He did.
Like aside from
And
that
why was
fifth
that?
goal,
Because he was
when they
working
were
his
on
ass
the
off the whole
ice,
game.
that fifth goal when the fourth line was on the ice, like aside from that, they played really well. So
That is
yeah,
true.
like that fourth line, I like that fourth line, like especially Coastal and Sherwood playing together. Like they just looked really good, and yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what are your lines?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really. I don't know. To me, I just feel like the lines are just fine how they are. To me, they just need to score.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too.
I was just
Like
throwing it out more for like you guys.
aside from like interchanging like a couple bottom six guys like on the forwards, I feel like it's not that bad too, especially because Nick Ritchie's not looking like clueless on the ice this year. Like he's actually looked pretty good this
Dude, he had
season.
a pretty good shift. I remember earlier, that I remember. Forecheck, got the puck, made a good pass. They got a shot on goal, and I think he got it back, made another pass, and then that guy messed it up, whoever it was.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ducks just need to figure things out. Like you said, like they didn't really play like super bad tonight. It's just like they didn't
The
score.
combination of them not being able to score and a really good
Vegas
goalie.
scoring. Vegas scoring kind of
And
took it out of them every time.
yeah. So and then Vegas capitalizing on their chances,
Yeah.
which the Ducks weren't able to do. But yeah, other than that, I mean, thought they played well.
I got the puck. What the heck?
Like people are getting really upset, obviously, on Twitter, how they always are about how the game went and how terrible the Ducks are.
Do you think Carlisle's fired if they lose against Toronto?
At this point, I feel like he's not getting fired just because he would have done it already.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I don't know.
They had a
At some point,
7-game
something's
losing
gotta
streak.
give.
I think that was definitely the time at some point during that to get rid of him.
I think I read in one of Eric Stevens' articles that there was one, I forget which season it was, but Bruce Boudreau was coaching the Ducks still, and they just started out really bad, and they didn't fire him that year. So I don't know. It might be a little bit of that. Like how I've brought up before, like this is Carlisle's last year, even though they have an option for next year, but like you just kind of let them play out the year, and then you just start fresh next year. Because honestly, like what options do they have for interim head coach if Carlisle gets fired?
Yep,
They don't really have
this is true.
So
an option.
Yeah, maybe honestly, maybe that is like the main thing that's playing into
they
it.
don't have any options.
Yeah, so maybe they're like, we have to.
That just
Yeah,
sounds
I
awful,
honestly
though,
feel
from
like
from an NHL
Well,
team
okay.
standpoint.
This could also come into effect too. What are
it's all
what are
up
the
to Murray.
what are the Ducks draft pick situations for next year? Like
For this upcoming off season,
do they have
like in the
do they have
summer,
any teams draft picks or like? Because
they don't have their 3rd round draft pick and their 7th round draft pick.
Okay, so they have 5 draft picks this year. They're the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, right?
5th and 6th, so they have 5, yeah. Because the
So
3rd round pick went to the Devils for extending Henrique.
And we lost. No, that was a while ago. We lost the East one.
That was a couple years ago.
But they could be like, okay, if we just play this out here, we get all our guys some experience, we'll end up with higher draft picks, and then we could either use those in turn to trade for people, or then you just continue their success in the draft.
How crazy it would be if Anaheim just absolutely crapped the bed the rest of the year and got Jack Hughes.
That would just throw the entire league for a loop.
That'd be fun.
Because, I mean, it was like when Colorado was like absolutely terrible. And they got the 4th overall pick. So, I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah. Or how about Philadelphia moving up from like the 15th place
Yeah, they were
end up getting,
13th,
like,
and they moved up to 2nd overall.
yeah.
Like, I don't even know how that makes sense. Dallas moved up quite a bit too, if I remember correctly. Like all 3 of the teams that all 3 teams that were in the top 3 for the lottery were like not even in the top 5.
Except for the worst team because they're guaranteed top 4.
Yeah, and they got 4th.
Yeah.
No, I guess it worked out for Colorado. They made the playoffs the very next year, so we'll see. We'll see. Do you think if Carlisle gets fired that they'll go after Joel Quenneville or no?
I mean, that is
Probably not. I would like them to, but probably not.
Probably go after someone a little bit cheaper than Bausma.
And just like just like brought up, like I think it was last episode, just the Seattle thing. Wait, what just happened?
I have no idea.
Didn't you just call a penalty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but now we gotta start factoring Seattle into all these equations.
Yeah, but I mean it's still a little ways away.
It's close enough though.
20 is it 2020 or 2021?
It's supposed to be
2020.
2020.
20.
Yeah.
2 years, or
Yeah.
I guess that'd be 1 year from this next off season.
Not next season, but the year after.
Oh, that is pretty close.
Cause you gotta think a lot of these guys' contracts, they're not gonna be protected under the rules for the Ducks.
That's true.
Kasha's no longer protected. Richie's no longer protected. Montour's no longer protected.
They're no longer exempt.
Yeah. At that point, Sherwood wouldn't be protected.
He would be
Terry
a
wouldn't be
restricted
protected.
free agent. Those guys would both be restricted free agents.
That doesn't matter. You can still pick a restricted
What do you
free
think
agent. That's what James Neal was
their
when they picked
protected
him.
list would look like?
Yeah, but those guys aren't James Neal. And James Neal wasn't a restricted free agent. He
There's a
was
couple
still
restricted
under
free agents that they
contract.
picked up,
James Neal was not one of them.
but there was a couple. I think the Ducks gets off Perry, Kessler, Kasha, Henrique, who are the other two? Raquel.
Okay, that's 6 forwards already.
It's 7, right?
That was 6 forwards.
I know, but you can pick 7.
Oh,
You can
okay,
pick
then
7
it's
forwards and
number
3
7.
D.
Okay, what
So
would
you
be
could
the
go
7th forward?
7 forwards, 3 D, or you do
Probably
4 forwards,
Comtois.
4 D.
And then obviously Fowler, Lindholm, Manson, and then Gibby.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's my protected list, which is basically the same, unless you choose to protect like Lundestrom or someone else like that, or like you have someone
will
else
probably
waived
have.
or
Butler's got
deal in
that
place,
Shea Theodore situation going on again in a couple of years.
or you have someone waive their no movement clause.
I think he would probably ask Perry if anybody, because Kessler, Getzlaff, and Perry all have no movement clauses.
Yeah.
So
At
you
that
have
point,
to
they would be
protect
how
those
old?
guys.
30.
36.
35.
36.
Kessler would be 34.
I feel like you wouldn't trade, or not trade, but unless you haven't won a Stanley Cup yet, Gibbs or Getzlaff or Perry,
Yeah.
I feel like they would just stay in Anaheim
Yeah.
just cause. Because usually when guys leave, like a Ginla, like somebody like that, it's because they want to win a Stanley Cup. Yeah. Well, no, Yager has a Stanley Cups.
Chemo Timonen.
Yeah, but
Yager
Yager
just
got him.
didn't-
Yager got him early in his career though.
Yeah.
And Yager was just looking
Ray
for.
Bork.
Honestly, he was just looking like where he could
Raymond
play.
Moore. Yeah, I don't see I guess it could happen, but I don't see Perry. Unless they were to get somebody really good for the future, there's not a point.
Yeah.
Kovalchuk. I go to team that win cup.
Kunitz 4 Stanley Cups. Kunitz, come back, please. I'm asking.
Honestly,
you. I'm asking
He
you
would
now.
be able to
Come
wear
back for
14,
1
though.
year.
What number would he wear?
Okay.
38.
Oh, fuck.
13.
38
His
is old number.
His
38.
rookie number. Derek Grant's old
38.
number?
No, that was Kunitz's
was
number
his
before. What do you
number.
mean?
I
He
know.
was the original 38.
Oh, wow. I didn't know people didn't know how to take jokes anymore.
We stand.
You said
Chris Kunitz.
13, his rookie number.
I said 13 because I thought you said 8. So I said 13 as a joke.
No, we stand Chris
That was
Kunitz
not
here.
an obvious joke.
You do not joke about Chris Kunitz in this podcast.
Okay, Vegas fan.
Dude, yeah, I feel like he's being very
Honestly,
underutilized in
there's your next
Chicago.
coach, Chris Kunitz. When he retires, just have him coach the Ducks.
No.
No, that
Andy
that
Dude, that
sounds
guy
like a
doesn't need to do
terrible
anything.
idea.
He has 4 Stanley Cups. What do you mean?
Andy McDonald.
Andy McDonald
No,
is like
He coaches the
McDonald had
07
so many-
Blues. Coaches the 07 AAA Blues. Because I just saw his Twitter earlier.
Andy McDonald
Rob
has
Niedermeyer.
had so many concussions. I don't think any of those guys would like. They'd make good assistant coaches, but I wouldn't want them to be like the head coach.
Travis Moen. Sean
Travis
Thornton.
Moen. No, I can't see any of those guys as being like head coaches.
Fantasy booking warfare. Where would you put Chris Kunitz in the lineup?
You put him in that third line grinding left winger spot. And
I'm
then you
just
put him on
mad just the
and
last
then you
2
put him on-
years. Like
and then you put him on power play too.
the last 2 years, like with Tampa Bay and Chicago, like he's been on the 4th line. And that is definitely not where he should be.
He did okay with Tampa.
He's still good. He's still good. Yeah, I saw him in Chicago. Like every time, like I forget that he's on Chicago because like I watch Chicago games. And I'm like, where is
like
he?
Ducks in Vegas and the Capitals are the only teams to like actually use their fourth line.
Yeah, I don't like the Blackhawks. Who even is on the Blackhawks fourth line? I feel
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
don't
Like,
really use their fourth line, like Brett just said.
Yeah, I saw Kunitz today, and I was like, wait, I forgot he's on here. And I only saw him one time, and I watched the whole game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of. Oh, I do. That would be kind of cool to see Kunitz come back to the Ducks though, just for like one more year.
Or even as a trade deadline deal.
You put Henrique, Kasha, and Kunitz.
Oh my god.
That's what you do.
I love that.
That's the line.
That's a great line.
Put healthy Ducks.
Healthy Ducks.
God, go. Healthy Ducks. Getzloff, Raquel, Perry, Henrique, Kasha, Kunitz, Cogliano, Silverberg. But that means Comtois would be on the 4th line.
And with Eves.
Well, I mean that's perfectly fine. Have 4 super solid lines.
What about Richie,
That's all
though?
you can ask for. Scratch.
You get rid of Richie.
Scratch.
That's
You trade Richie for Chris Kunitz. Boom.
yes. Yes.
We have come full circle.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
Well.
okay. I feel like that's
Div 2.
I feel like that's a good
Back
place
to
to end
Div
on.
2.
Right there. The fair fantasy
Jeez.
booking warfare of bringing Chris Kunitz back. So takeaways from the night: Ducks sucked tonight. They should have
played
played
pretty
better.
bad ourselves
They, sh-
in
they need to
EACHL.
work hard. We did our best Anaheim Ducks impression tonight. You know, except we scored. So there's that. But yeah, that's my closing statement. Anyone else got anything?
Nope.
1 point off.
All right. Well, that concludes another episode of Players Perspective Podcast. I've been Brett. I've been joined by Brady and Derek, and we'll see you next time.